in every bottle.
Be here, we thought we would take this opportunity to introduce you to some of the folks that really are the backbone of Hermit Woods. There is no way that Ken, Chuck, and I could do even a fraction of all that is necessary to be done to keep this operation going, and it is through a great team of people that we have that really makes this place tick. So we thought, actually, as per a recommendation from one of our club members and one of our frequent listeners, Matt, that we would invite some of our team members here to allow you an opportunity to first get to know them a little bit and possibly even ask some questions of your own. And Matt has done a nice job of creating a bunch of excellent questions that we're going to put to everybody so that you guys can get to know everybody. But before I introduce the team, I want to go through some of the basics that we always talk about. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel or our Facebook channel, please do so. Down on the lower right of your screen is a subscribe button for YouTube, and somewhere on your screen is a little bell, which is how you subscribe to live broadcasts from Facebook. And if you are joining us today, please let us know. Say hello in the comments, and if you have a comment or a question, please post those as well. We do love to hear from you, and we have Marika here today, who's our co-host. She's going to be making sure we get to your questions in a timely manner and helping respond to some of those questions as well. So that's going to be helpful. And if you like what we're doing, like the broadcast on Facebook and share it with your friends if you have some friends or followers out there that you think will enjoy or appreciate what we have to talk about. So with that all being said, I think we should get going. We got an hour, and we have a lot to say. I think between all of us, I'm sure we're going to fill that hour up in a hurry. So I thought I would start. Everybody, before we sat down today, I invited everybody to sort of pick their beverage of choice to enjoy this hour with. So I'd like each of you, if you wouldn't mind, to introduce yourself briefly and let us know what beverage you chose and why.
Yeah, my name is Randy Romero. I'm originally from Pueblo, Colorado, and I chose to drink the Hermitage today. This one is a really good wine, in my opinion. It just has a really bold flavor in the front, and it just kind of like settles in your mouth really nicely. It doesn't really stick there too long. I just think it's a perfect wine, especially to just drink with a bunch of people around. So
excellent. Excellent. Nice. Cheers. Thank you, Randy.
Thank you.
I'm Stephanie Burke. I'm from Claremont, New Hampshire originally, and I chose Red Scare. Just because it's one of my favorite red wines here.
Cheers to that. Yeah. That is my choice as well. Actually, to add, how long have you been with us? Do you have a rough idea, Stephanie?
Over a year now.
Over a year?
Yeah.
How about you, Randy?
I've been here since June.
Okay, so about six months.
Almost 6 months, yeah.
Excellent. And Travis?
And me, Travis Green, chef, kitchen manager. I'm a Meredith native. I've been here for 10 years. And
what are you drinking?
Winnipesaukee Rosé, because it eats with everything and it pairs with everything.
It sure does.
It does.
It's pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah.
And I don't think we need any introduction for me or Marika, who's been on the show with us many
I
times.
got a really true to myself.
But I would like you to tell us what you're drinking, Marika.
Just tea, Bob.
Just tea. I don't know. Doesn't
I
look like
have-
tea to me.
I have a lovely mug of mulled petite blue. We made a big batch of it over the weekend for Mill Falls had a shopping, Christmas shopping extravaganza. So we wanted to have some samples for people coming in, doing some holiday shopping. So we made a big batch, and there weren't tons of people, so we've got plenty and lovely warm winter beverage.
Everybody be checking Marika's glass in the morning, okay? When we
Yeah,
never know what's in it.
When we think she's drinking tea during the day now, we might have to suspect that maybe.
Something a little warmer than that.
So are we going to have mulled wine for people to try on weekends when
Yes,
people come in?
That is the hope. Yes.
That is the hope?
Ask for it.
Good. Ask for it. Yes. Hold us
The
to
more,
it.
Yeah, the more people ask for it, the more we'll make sure to make it.
Mulled wine. It's delicious. If you don't know anything about mulled wine, it's the Scandinavian countries actually quite very much popularized, if not created the concept. I don't know that for sure. Don't hold me to that. But it's very popular to find mulled wine at this time of year in the Scandinavian countries. It really is. You can take any wine, warm it up. Usually some sweetness is added if the wine isn't already sweet itself. And then you add spices of your choice. And I think, what do you have? Cardamom, cinnamon,
Nutmeg.
star anise, and nutmeg.
Yep.
Is the
Cloves,
spices.
maybe.
Cloves, yeah. So it's nice. Sit by the fire, enjoy a wine in a little bit of a different style, and it is delicious. So if you come in and try, we're going to mull probably a few different styles by
Yes. Petite
by
Blue is
the year's
definitely
end.
one of our go-tos, but heirloom crabapple mulls really well. My first winter here, we were mulling the Melange Blanc, actually.
Oh,
That was very good.
that was good.
And yeah,
I'll
Matt's
have
right.
to do
Yes,
that again.
we maintain a temperature below 180, and we do try to. You want it to be warm, but you don't want to boil it because
Well, you
then
don't want to
lose all
lose
the
the
alcohol.
alcohol.
So no, so you want to warm it up, but not boil it.
I think I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's actually 170 where the first alcohols start to be relieved from the beverage.
Careful on that. Yeah.
Yeah, so keep it around. Ideally, it should be about 110, 120 at the most. I think is really perfect.
And we've
So-
got a lot of our usuals are joining us again. We've
Good,
got-
yeah. Who's on with
We
us?
have Priscilla, we have Matt, we've got Christine, Janice Sullivan with us again, and Geraldine as well. Have
Oh,
made themselves
excellent.
known. So all of our regulars, probably a few others floating in the background as usual, but glad to have everyone join us.
Great, yeah. Thank you for coming out with us on Monday night. Why don't we start with? We have some great food here, a little smorgasbord of stuff. Chef, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you made here?
We got a cheese and charcuterie with all local cheeses, spreads, crackers, and meats. The flatbread is a Mediterranean flatbread, and I'll toss it over to Randy for the Randy wrap.
Oh, well, this is a beautiful wrap right here. It's actually my own creation throughout time here at Hermit Woods. I would just kind of play with the menu every day and make Travis and Stephanie both make me a custom order every day. And this is what the perfection was at the end of the day. It's a wrap that it has spinach, roast beef, onions, it also has tomato, the aioli, and the what's it called? The
Basil pesto.
The basil
Pesto,
pesto. And it is a great wrap, and because we grill it. So just a little bit different take on the wraps that we do here.
And it's the Randy wrap.
That's the
Randy
way-
wrap.
And it has not shown up on the menu yet, right?
Not
Nope.
yet.
Not yet.
So hopefully we're
Almost.
special this weekend,
Yep.
I think.
Yep.
Finally
Awesome.
releasing
Well,
it to the world.
I think we talked about, we got to pass that around. I want to try it.
Yeah, Bob, I think you need to try it.
I need to try
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
so
let's
Travis, give
send
him
a
some.
piece down this way.
Give him the plate.
There we go.
I'll take one of the little end ones.
All right, let's see how you did, Randy.
All right, I've made this so many times, but I haven't tried
You know,
it
we
yet.
talk about eating with your eyes. Well, look at that. That looks like it's going to be
It's
delicious.
delicious, I
It's
promise.
colorful, yeah.
Yeah, it's really colorful.
Geraldine's already planning on trying it Saturday.
Oh, wow. You know, this is what I would call action-packed.
Right?
Yep.
It's got all the goodies. It's lots of flavor, lots of different textures.
Cheers, Randy. How's the Hermit?
Cheers,
I
nice.
think it pairs perfectly with the Hermitage, personally.
Yep, you try it. I'm going to try it with the red scare. I've had it with this.
All right, then we should get into some questions.
You've made it many. What do you think? Do you like it? You a
I
fan?
do like it.
Awesome. And I guess Chef must like it because you wouldn't put on special if you didn't, right?
Right, exactly. After making it, 10,
5
12
times,
times,
12 times every day.
Every day.
you get
wow.
you get to wonder what it tastes like, and then we tried it out, and it was great.
Yeah,
So
very nice.
What are your thoughts on the red scare with it? Did it work?
I thought it worked.
Good.
Yeah.
I think you're right. It does work. It's not, it doesn't overpower it. You still get the red scare remains a little in your mouth as you swallow the food, but yet the food you can still taste the sandwich as well.
It's a really good red wine sandwich. Just because you have all that nice dark meat going on
Mm-hmm.
with roast beef. And
I was a little worried because you had so much flavor. There's so many different flavor things going on, but for whatever reason, that red scare holds up to it. I'm not a food scientist. I don't know exactly why, what flavors go with what, for what reasons from a chemical standpoint. But boy, it's obvious when it gets in your mouth.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I thought like the pesto and the aioli on it might be too much, but it works.
Yeah.
Like both. at the
Pesto
same
and
time.
that was actually a surprise when you said pesto and
Yep.
aioli.
yeah,
Action packed.
I'm going with the flavors, Bob. I promise.
Excellent. All right, so yeah, let's get to some questions. And again, out there in the audience, if you have any questions for anybody here, just let us know. We'll do our best. Marika will keep us on our toes. So I guess the first question here, right on the list: how did you hear about Hermit Woods? How did you end up to be here?
Jess, do you want to start this time?
yeah, I'll start here. So I've been obviously a Meredith native for the last 10 years, and you go to the post office all the time. You obviously drive Main Street, and one day in the last 7 years, Hermit Woods showed up, and then I was always been interested on the atmosphere and what it was like, and how I got here. I was on a job search after being at Plymouth State for 5 years, and then I happily connected with Bob Manley.
Excellent. So if I remember correctly, you hadn't been in here before your job search.
Never.
So this is a curiosity to me. You
Yes.
saw us here for 7 years. And I'm not trying to put you on the spot,
Yes, yes.
but I kind of am.
It's okay.
No, but it's common. I hear this all the time. I hear it from people who live in town, and many of the folks who have come to work here. It's very common that I hear that I'd seen it for years. I walked by, I've gone to the post office, and I didn't come in. And that's probably a different answer for everybody, I'm sure. But I'm just curious, what kept you from coming in the door sooner before you actually found out about us through an interview?
Really, before coming to Hermit Woods, I wasn't really a wine drinker, and I'm just being real. I drink beer 90% of the time, and it's mostly because red wines used to scare me, and I could never find. I would only drink the white wines and occasional rosés. So I never came in because I guess I didn't have enough information to step in the door. Really?
Did you know we had food?
No.
Wow. See, I'm not doing my job. This is really my fault. You live in Meredith for 7 years, you didn't even know. That's good. So what's your, how'd you come upon us?
Well, I'm a wine drinker. So I knew this place was here, and I came here a couple years ago for a tasting with my sister, and it was like just when you guys opened the deli downstairs. And then I was at a different job at a music venue, and then COVID hit, and so everybody was furloughed, so that I was job searching, and then I was like, oh, let me see if there's any winery jobs. And I actually Googled Hermit Woods, and you guys were hiring at the time that I applied.
So you actually seeked out a winery job before you knew we were actually looking
Yep.
for winery help. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's excellent. How about you, Randy?
Well, I moved here from Colorado this last May, and
You moved here in May. I didn't realize it was that soon.
Yeah, it was that soon. So I moved here in May, and I helped my girlfriend start her food truck, and we opened up here actually on Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, that was it.
Yep.
It was a crazy weekend for you guys, and it was a good weekend for us as well.
A little plug, I think, is due.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So Bob came in and he approached me and he asked me if I wanted to start working here, and I said, "Of course I would."
Glad you did.
Holding me back, yeah.
But how about a plug for your partner's food truck?
Oh yeah, Pores and Petals. Oh yes. She's on Instagram, everything like that. But yeah, she's great, and she does muddled lemonade, and she does nice desserts. You guys got to try some of the cupcakes this last weekend.
Yep.
Oh,
And the lemonade.
Oh, yeah.
Very good lemonade and
good
iced
lemonade,
coffee.
too. Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's killing me. I can't get enough miles in these days.
Would go there every day for iced coffee.
Yeah, those of you that joined us at all over the summer when we had the beer and wine garden open across the street, Aaron's truck, Pours and Petals, was there.
Yeah.
Pretty often.
Yeah, about half the time she was
Yeah.
able
Yep.
to make
Really
it.
nice to have her over there. And hopefully we'll get her back next summer as well.
I hope so. What do you think, Randy? What are the
I
odds?
know.
I don't know. She's been doing. She had a really great year.
Yeah, she had a great year, and she just she's really busy right now. So she hopes to come back, like maybe one weekend. She'll come
Maybe a
back or
guest
2 weekends.
appearance for
Yeah.
us.
Exactly right. Yeah, I mean she loves you guys, and you guys helped her with everything. So why shouldn't she love you guys, right?
Right. That's what I was thinking.
That's what I think too.
Good. Well, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed because
Yes, of
she does
course.
a great job with
But she
that.
does.
so.
She's great.
Yeah, and it was really handy actually because when she was here, you often were here
Exactly.
helping her out, and so it really was convenient. And actually, she came board. She came on board. She's helped us out a few times. She's on the team, and she's done some catering for us as well as worked some events. So
Yeah.
that's been really helpful.
Oh yeah.
So if you see Petals and Pours out there in the world, here or anywhere else, I highly recommend
Yeah.
you give it a try. So do I need to ask your favorite Hermit Woods wine, or did we pick it already, or is there another choice? And you should just speak up.
I'm with you on this one, Bob. Whenever anybody asks you what's your favorite wine, I always have to like say now it's what I'm doing at the time.
The one that's in your
yeah,
glass.
exactly. You know, because if I'm doing something in the afternoon, I don't want to drink a heavy red. I do want to drink like a lighter rosé personally, and just something that has a little bit more like sweetness to it. But if I'm like at nighttime, I don't want all that sugar. I just want to like kind of have a nice relaxed drink, kind of warm me up a little bit too. So that's why I like to go with the reds at night. So it just depends on the moment, honestly, nowadays.
Good answer.
That is a good answer. Mine are like the season. So I noticed like people drink reds more in the winter. So in the wintertime, I drink dry reds more. And then summer is like the sparkling rosé for sure. That one's my favorite.
Good. Now you started out by suggesting that you're doing that sort of because that's what's done. Does it make sense to you in your head? Has it come to really make sense why you're drinking a dry red in the winter and a rosé in the summer?
No, it's just like how, I don't know.
So, I mean, my thought
Yeah.
is, and you'll have your own, maybe or not, but a rosé is going to be chilled.
Yeah, it's chill, and then it's like refreshing too in the summer.
Yeah. So on a hot summer day, you get to chill yourself down a little bit with a nice cool beverage. Whereas if you're drinking a red wine is served at room temperature,
Yep.
so you're going to be drinking something warmer. It's not going to be as refreshing. Whereas in the winter, warmer is better. So
Do the tannins have anything to do with that too? With the effect it has on some people's body, like making them feel blush and warm?
that's a good point. I would say it does.
Yeah.
Your tannins are grippier.
Mm-hmm.
They're you want something in the summer. You want something to wash down and
Oh,
be
yeah.
refreshing and lighter and easier
Yep.
to drink. I think again like a rosé, and
Yeah.
those big heavy tannins are gripping in your throat. That's probably going to be conflicting on a hot summer day. So,
Oh, yeah.
Good point. Yeah. How about you, Travis? Is this
And that's probably why I like, Dolgo and all the rosés, even in the winter. I drink iced coffee all year round. I like iced coffee. So all these being cold doesn't bother me.
True New Hampshire guy.
So it's a toss up. I mean, over being here for the last 2.5 months, I've tried almost every wine here. So I went from a beer drinker to more interested in wine. I still drink a lot of beer, but I've definitely added in wine to the mix of what
I drink a lot of beer too.
So
As I like to say, I don't like to discriminate against any of the alcohols.
Right.
I like to spread it around.
Right.
Amen, Bob.
Yeah. By the way, that last question was directed at us from Matt. That was one of his questions. What's
question,
your
Matt.
favorite wine? And so this is a good one. So if I already think you know the answer for Randy, what's your favorite food to order at lunch
Oh,
from the deli?
The
well,
Randy
I do
wrap.
mix it up a lot, but the Randy wrap is my favorite. I can't beat that one.
Well, you sort of designed and built it.
Exactly. Like literally, it's my baby.
Yeah,
I think the other thing is a grilled cheese in a wrap.
that's
Yeah.
your. Oh, for
Randy's.
Randy.
That's the
Randy.
second thing that he
I
orders
like
is
the
a grilled cheese in a wrap. Press.
Grilled
as well.
cheese in a wrap.
Yep.
Yeah. Mhm.
But it has to have salami,
It's
right?
delicious. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to have salami.
Yeah.
You're inventing all kinds of sandwiches. You have specials coming.
You're right at a Randy all the time. Yep.
I'm very creative with food.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
I've had your salsa.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I know it's
Yeah.
so good and properly spicy. No, it's not hot. Nah.
It's too hot for it. It is a little bit hot for the people in the north.
For the Northeast.
Yes, yes.
But
down
in
home,
California or
I love
Colorado,
very
standards,
mild.
yeah, it's
Very
pretty
mild.
How about you, Stephanie? What do you like for lunch?
The Mediterranean flatbread. I almost said wrap, but flatbread. That was my go-to.
Awesome. Do you have one yet? Still
Mine,
making
well,
Do you have one?
mine is the turkey bacon jam.
Well, you and a lot of other people.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Yep.
Hermitwood's
That one's
signature right
So,
there.
are we going to have bacon jam for sale sometime at Hermit Woods? It's been asked for a few times.
I think
A bunch of
we
times.
are going to be in the process this spring.
Do you know I went down to a specialty shop down in Newburyport, Mass. I have pictures to share. I forgot to share them with you, but I found a jarred bacon jam for sale on the shelf in Newburyport. So we're a little behind. We got to get caught up.
Got to get the steps moving.
People keep asking for it. So I have to say one of my favorites is been around for a long time, but every now and then I have to have that balsamic fig flatbread. That balsamic sauce from Waz is to die for. It's just so good. How about you? What is your favorite?
I like doing again. It's the toasted wrap thing it's caught on. So I like doing. Over the summer, we came up with the Mediterranean wrap, which was another sort of staff invention, I think. And it
was
basically
a customer.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, so a customer came in and they wanted like the flatbread, but they wanted it in wrap form. So then they customized it. I made it, and then I was like, oh, this should be on the menu.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
definitely the Mediterranean wraps. We've got a lot of the pesto, feta, olives, roasted peppers, and then I like a bunch of arugula.
Yep.
And then now I add a bit of goat cheese as well, and then toast it. So it's a really messy wrap because you get the pesto gets kind of watery when it warms up, and then I like putting a lot of cucumber and some red onion and tomato on there, and it gets very gooey, but it's so good.
Is a panini style wrap something that's been around? Have we heard of this before? I've never seen it, but I'm sure somebody must have done it. Have they?
Yeah.
That's done out there in the world. You can
Yep.
order that. You know what I like about it is that, and actually, Geraldine always comments about this. You have the gluten-free wrap, which she has special requested you guys do the flatbread on for her on occasion, and she really likes that crunchy flakiness that
Yeah.
comes from the wrap.
Yeah.
It gets a nice crunch on the outside.
And that's what I like about this is you have the soft on the curve, and then you have that crunchy flaky in the middle texture.
Exactly.
Lots of texture.
Yeah. And I think that pesto, there's something about that pesto. It's just,
It reminds
that's
me of
why
my
it's
dad.
very good.
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
three of us said. Yeah.
Well, isn't that what's on that one?
It's on,
Yep.
it's on the Mediterranean flatbread, it's on the Randy wrap, it's on the Mediterranean wrap.
Ooh, we got to try
Yeah, get it.
we got to have
Get it
a
on
piece
that.
of that right now then.
I think this pairs really good with the
I
Hermitage.
think, well, a
so-
good
The wrap.
question, while we're
The
nibbling
flatbread,
this real quick,
Mediterranean
Was it
flatbread.
flatbread?
we already sort of talked about too, is your other, not favorite Hermit Woods meal, but what's the favorite thing that you have that's on our shelves? Like one of the Waz breads
That's
or
a
a
good
cracker, one of the
Oh.
cheeses.
Man, I love that banana. What is it? The banana.
White chocolate banana bread.
Yeah.
Oh my
From Waz.
God.
Yeah.
You can turn anything you put it on into banana.
Dessert. You can turn it into anything that's dessert. Like I put it on the ciabatta bread, and it was like having a dessert bread. It was the most amazing
That's
experience.
pretty
of my life.
amazing stuff. Yeah.
And I told Travis right after, why don't we do a dessert board? And he said no.
So no.
We've tried it once or twice.
Yeah.
How about you, Stephanie? Favorite shelf?
The smoked Harmon's cheddar and then the hot soupy salami.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're a lot alike.
Those two.
I forgot about
Those are my two
cheese.
favorites.
Yep.
Oh, that soupy, that spicy soupy is
Yes,
so
it's
delicious.
so good.
And that smoked cheddar is just to die for. It really
Yep.
is. If you haven't been up to Harmon's up in Sugar Hill,
Amazing.
you should go. It's the cutest little place. Have you been up there?
No, I haven't.
You got to make a trip.
Yeah.
It's really worth it. And maybe not in the winter though. It's in the middle of the mountains. It'd be a little messy getting there maybe. But I think they're open year round though. If you get a nice weekend, you can go up there. Do you have a favorite shelf item?
My favorite shelf item is the triple ale onion spread. And then if we're doing deli cabinet, the cave-aged Willoughby.
Oh no,
That's the brand new cheese. That's a washed rind, similar to a brie from Jasper Hill, the one you really like.
Oh, yes, yes. That's a good cheese. We haven't had that for a while. I'm glad you brought that back. Good. Do you have a favorite shelf food?
The truffle salami from Fortuna's.
Oh,
Yep,
is
that one's good
probably-
too.
Yeah.
that was to die for.
Yeah.
If you like
Only,
truffle,
only if you like truffle.
truffle's a very unique flavor. I'm not a big fan of truffle. That's a delicious salami, but the truffle flavor is very distinct, and it's
Yeah.
not something I seek. But if you like truffle, that is
Well,
really.
you said you like
Oh,
that.
actually,
nice.
I do love truffle.
Also, the
Thank
Great
you.
Hope blue cheese.
Is that the what you have that on there?
Yeah.
The truffle?
There you
Thank you.
Which
So
house
Great
big
Hope
piece of
blue
that
cheese is
Gouda
the other one,
with it,
and then
please?
also we just started
Thanks.
carrying Meeting
Gouda?
House sodas. And
Oh.
the rhubarb Meeting
my
House
Gouda.
soda is
That
one of
was
my
a big one.
favorite things. It's actually like very potent rhubarb. It's even actually a little sweeter than I sometimes think rhubarb needs to be because I like the tartness of it. Grew up eating a lot of rhubarb, but I'm really excited that we're carrying that now. Thanks, Travis.
Well, we've been talking about it for a while. It's great. We finally have some sodas. What flavors of the soda did we get? We got the rhubarb. What else?
It's a wild blueberry.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Oh, the wild blueberry.
That
that's-
Randy's obsessed with.
Local New Hampshire blueberries too, I think.
Yep.
I drink too many of those a day now. It's dangerous.
And then we have a rhubarb lemonade.
right.
Yep. That isn't on the shelf right now because we currently have a different lemonade. But
Yep.
once that lemonade's done, we're switching to the rhubarb lemonade.
Awesome. All right. So one last direct Hermit Woods related question is what's the best thing or favorite part about working here? What do you like about being here?
I'll start. I like being able to have the creative capability to kind of show my vision to the world. I mean, I worked in a corporate company for 5 years, so you get to kind of showcase your stuff, but here it's kind of a little less filtered than the corporate world. So, and me and Stephanie
I
have a
look
lot of
forward
fun.
to seeing what you have to show the world.
Yeah. And me and Stephanie work really well together. So if I get stuck with trying to figure out something, she's always got the idea.
Yeah. Stephanie.
Yeah, mine's
she's
cooking, so.
Cooking, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you absolutely gotta say, our former chef left right before Memorial Day weekend, and Stephanie stepped up for us this summer and was probably at the time, next to Marika, the most trained person in that kitchen. And Marika had lots of responsibilities all over the winery. So Stephanie stepped up this summer, and it was the craziest summer we've ever had. And she held on, I think, by her nails some days, but did a great job. And
Definitely on holiday weekends.
we have her to thank. If you came here and ate here this summer and we're all happy with what you had, you owe a lot of thanks to Stephanie for really pulling it together for us. So thank you for that. So cooking's your thing.
Yeah, I found therapy through it. I started off as like a tasting room associate, so I was doing like the flights and taking orders. But then as soon as I trained in the deli, it was like therapy for me.
Nice.
So.
How about you, Randy?
It's tough. Because I think the biggest thing for me here is the people. Like, I really enjoy the people that I work with. And coming in every day knowing that, it's not going to be a terrible day to work. So that's probably my favorite part about the job.
Cool. That's good. That's up there with me too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not just the people that I get to be with every day, but also the people that we get to meet who come in every day.
Exactly. Yeah.
Our customers really are what make this place what it is.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy that. So do you have a comment on that one?
Matt says thanks.
No, do you have a comment on
About my
what
favorite
your favorite thing is?
I think this was one of the things that we realized when I did my interview last, I don't know if it was, that must have been February because it was when we were shut down again briefly, I think, because I did it from home. Anyway, but one of the things that came out of that was realizing it's sort of people. I like talking to people. I like getting to share the wine and learn their experience and the look on people's face when they realize that it's not grape wine and that like
That is
kind
fun.
of moment of shock, but also like very pleasant surprise. Like, oh, yeah, like, it's so
So Matt asked the question. This is so you, Matt. Thank you for this. This one.
Oh
here.
yeah, that was definitely.
If you were a beer, what beer would you be?
Oh,
I don't even know how I would answer
I
this
have trouble with
question.
questions like this because you don't want to necessarily just answer your favorite.
No, this isn't about what beer you like to drink.
It's what.
This is about what beer would you be?
personality.
Yeah.
It's personality.
If you have an answer to that,
Hard
jump
to
in
answer.
because it's a tough one.
I would be a stout or a porter.
Ooh.
Ooh, I like that you jumped right on that.
Wow.
Yep.
That's great. Any particular reason why?
Those are just like the beers I like. Mostly,
See. But personality-wise, it says, what does it say about you that you want to be a stout or a porter? Because you're not drinking yourself.
Well, she likes to be served in
Dark
tiny.
and-
She likes to be
dark
served
and
in tiny
bitter.
portions.
Dark and
all
bitter.
right? I mean, if you see Steph, she's little, but she's mighty. All right. I think
That's
that's
good,
why she's
yeah.
a stout.
Yeah. Thank you, Randy. That's
Little
good.
and mighty.
Put a sharper point on that.
Yes.
Anybody else have a response?
That'd be tough. But I'd have to say I'd be a Corona extra.
And why is that?
Just because sometimes I'm a little extra when I need to be, but I'm here to party when I'm also here, and you need me to party. I'm always here for you, And I'm always up for a good time, Bob. And that's what
I
Coronas
can
are
see
there
that.
I was counting on you for a good answer.
for.
Excellent. Do you have an answer to this one?
I guess I would be an IPA, but not just a normal IPA, like a dry hopped or a double dry hopped IPA.
Or sour wine. You're a little sassy.
I guess that's true.
Agree with that.
Maybe I'd be a sour.
So why an IPA? What is it of
Um,
your personality that says IPA to you?
Because it's straightforward
Yeah.
and it's like a lot of at you. Like with like a lot of the dry hopped ones, it's pretty like hop heavy and it's kind of like a lot. And sometimes I feel like I'm a lot.
Yes.
Good. I actually, while you guys have been talking, I'm thinking about my answer, and I think not for me. I want to be. This is a newly discovered, not newly discovered. I've been aware of this beer for a long time, but I'm rediscovering it, and it's been so much fun. But I'm going to be a Belgian ale. And you know why? Because I'm going to be in Belgium. I just want to be in Belgium.
Don't we all, Bob? Don't we all? Free healthcare. That'd be nice right now.
Yeah. Do you have a choice? Do you have an answer? You can't think too hard.
I don't know.
Because if you
I
do, you're
kind of
going.
want to say like maybe a brown ale. I want to be something like I don't know, homey and warm and cozy. Because I'm all about that. I'm all about that like coziness. So maybe that, or maybe like a good like thick creamy milk stout.
That's great. Those are good answers.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt, for a very creative question to really push us into some new territory. And I'm going to throw another Matt question at us because I think this is fun. But what's on the plate at the perfect breakfast?
Ooh.
Quick.
See, I would have
Can't
never
wait to
thought of
hear
this,
yours.
but I went to California this last July, and now for me it's chicken fried rice with 2 eggs on top.
That's your breakfast choice.
That's my breakfast choice
Chicken
now.
fried rice with
Wow.
2 eggs on top.
And I got it in San Diego, and it was the best breakfast I've ever eaten in my entire life.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Mine's like corned beef hash
Ooh.
and fried eggs.
We
and
are
then
a lot
fries.
alike.
Yeah.
That
Irish eggs Benedict. That's my go-to when I go out to breakfast. Like the
Awesome.
eggs Benedict with a
Yep.
little bit of hash. Yeah.
I'm with you on the hash browns. I don't. Yeah, they've
Yep.
got to be good. You
Yep.
know, out of a can, not so.
So like
good.
homemade
I
corned
Homemade.
beef hash. Yeah.
Travis?
Mine's eggs Benedict, but the hollandaise has to be correct. Has to be made right.
Well, if you know, of course, but if
Can't be
you're
made
gonna have
wrong.
food right, it may as well be right. It may as well be good or out of a can.
Or no.
It's so delicious.
All right, let's see. We had a couple other questions here that aren't from Matt related to food. Let's see.
I had big on the food questions. I had some in there.
Yeah, I see that.
You don't have to.
No, I know. Well, here's a good one. Your favorite midnight snack?
Ooh,
Ice cream.
popcorn. That one's mine.
I don't even know.
Nachos.
That's a good one.
Stephanie, I can't even believe how much we're like. Popcorn
Is yours
is my
popcorn
answer.
too?
Travis is my
Absolutely. I love a big bowl of buttery popcorn at the late night
Microwave?
snack.
Like microwave popcorn or the?
No.
Oh,
Like
talking about
on the-
microwaves?
on the
I'm like
burner.
up the corn dog alley.
Corn dog? That's your midnight snack?
Yep.
Nice.
All right, good.
They're good.
So what other, let's have some, let's try some, before I run out of my wine here, let's try something else with our wine and see. Pick something that you think is going to go good with your wine.
Will you
I
give
don't know,
me
like, I
the,
love, it's so nice
well, here's
getting,
some of that creme
having that
fraiche
brie
with
on there
the
actually get up to
pepper
room
and the
temperature.
bread.
and be
You were
nice and
asking
gooey.
for
You need the
way
brie?
too much.
Makes such
You
a
want the brie
difference.
here?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
nice.
give me that. And then with the bread.
With the bread.
Yeah, it has to be on a piece of bread.
Oh, you're getting that.
Oh.
Oh, now look what you did. Oh, no.
Matt, that's what you got. Matt says that he is also a Belgian
Give me a
male and
piece
he
of
has an
salami
opening for
with
you on
it.
his
Which one?
next yacht
Oh,
adventure.
God.
With the hot one or?
Give me the hot.
Excellent. I
And
look
yeah,
forward to
Priscilla
it.
is hoping the other club members or other viewers will tune in too on their answers to these questions at what everybody's beer is
Good. What is,
or any answers to everyone's.
Let's see.
what are you having, Stephanie?
Oh yeah, the blue cheese with that rosé, Travis.
Yes, that's like
I
crack.
just had the cheddar.
Cheddar. I think that's the Tilsit up in the corner there.
You're not a blue cheese
Oh,
fan.
okay.
At least what I think.
You are? Did you try the blue cheese with the? Oh. What is, this is our pastrami?
That's the copa it's Fortuna's copa. So it's a little, it's the spicy copa too. There's a little bit of kick on the edge.
I don't taste the cake there.
Just it's very subtle.
It's a Northeast kick.
Yeah.
It's a Northeast cake.
So how did yours, what did you choose?
I chose the, that's not creme fraiche. What is
It's
it?
brie.
It's
Brie.
brie with Thai hot pepper jelly and then the same meat as you.
How's it go with the wine?
I think it's delicious with the wine, personally. Mm-hmm.
Anything about it not work?
You know, maybe just a little bit of the spiciness.
A little too hot?
Yeah, just that. A little too spicy with the fruit, in my
All right.
opinion.
And you chose cheddar.
I don't think it's the
It's
tilt.
the Tilsit.
Tilsit
It's a
cheddar?
little milder than cheddar, I think.
It's mild. It gives it kind of like a sweet taste, like a sweet aftertaste.
And it works with the wine?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Mulled wine's not very warm anymore. Oh, we're almost gone.
And you?
I did a white wine Jack's cracker with blue cheese and is that Finocchiona?
That's the Cabernet.
Oh, with the Cabernet. That's what it is. And yeah, it works.
Everything works with the rosé. It does. It really does. I tried the, what is it called again? The spicy one here?
Copa.
The copa. And I found it didn't, the spice was too much for that Red Scare. You lost the subtleness of the Red Scare. In fact, that spiciness is still dominating my mouth. I like it, but I need to have I think I need some rosé to wash that down with.
A little bit of sugar to get the spice away.
Yeah. So I'm going to try the creamier version, see if
Yeah.
that helps with the Red
It might.
Scare.
I had a walnut with some deep. I figured that the sweetness might make it sort of more desserty.
Yeah. Well, especially with the mulled wine,
Yeah.
walnut mulled wine,
seems
the,
to- yeah.
the spices, the cinnamons, and it's good.
Yeah, that goes nicely.
All right, let's see if this goes good. Mm. Much better. I still have some heat in my mouth left over from that, but the creaminess in the Red Scare
Yeah.
blend really
does.
nice. Mm. All right, so that's enough on the food question. So, heavier questions.
Yeah, we don't have to go in order necessarily.
No, I know, but this is a good one. Matt asked this question. I want to ask this question. So, is there a book that has changed your life? Don't think too hard. If it's there, it's there.
I've got one.
No.
I know you're interviewing them, but I've
No,
got one.
go
while
ahead.
they
No,
think.
do it. Do it.
No, yeah, you
and
can
it's one
answer.
that, I got from Bob actually. It's in my head.
Rumass?
It was the not
what's it
well,
about?
not how I built this. The other, it was another like.
Oh,
business-
passion economy.
Yes, the passion economy. author. Oh, I can't remember.
I don't remember. It's NPR.
But,
He's an NPR
the
host.
passion economy, and I loved it. Was sort of about starting businesses and how to drive business, and basically about how doing what you love is going to make your business more successful. And I think part of what I loved about reading it is that it felt like every page or every chapter of what he was talking about, I could see Hermit Woods in what he was talking about, and it just made me very thankful to work at a place that people were doing things right.
That was an important book for me for that
Yeah.
reason. It just struck so
I
many
could
chords with
see
me.
how
so-
you had whether you took the inspiration from this book or just happened to be doing things that way anyway because of the type of person that you are. It was cool seeing that overlap, and that was great. But also, How I Built This is sort of the same way. That
It is.
Yeah.
So those are great books. How I Built This and Passion Economy. I've read them both too. They're really, really excellent books. And you, Randy, is your book?
I personally think it would be the Iliad.
The Iliad. Wow.
nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And one of the reasons is because I believe it just really helps me like level myself a little bit and like not let my pride get the best of me at certain moments.
Mhm.
Because obviously the Iliad is about pride getting the best of the Greeks, or
Yeah.
not the Greeks, the Trojans.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's a good answer.
Hold on.
Do
Google
you have one?
searching.
Well, she's looking something.
I
Making
can't think
sure
of the
I
name of the
name it
book,
right.
but it was written by Anthony
Oh.
Bourdain. You might know it.
I know Anthony Bourdain. I don't know the name of his book.
I forget. It's
He
about,
wrote a couple
it's,
books. Right?
Yeah, it's the one
I just wanna make
about
sure it's
where he is. It exposes the life of a chef a little bit, and it kind of gives you the backstory about how it starts with his life, and then it goes to how he became a chef, and then it goes into about the goods and the bads of restaurant industry, and then it goes into
It's probably his first book then.
I forget what the name of it is.
We'll find out. We'll put it in the comments.
Yeah,
later.
but yeah.
Good. Stephanie, did you
Oh,
find it
gosh.
out?
Yeah, I have like one, but I don't know how to describe it. It's called Life on Earth, and it's by like Mike. Hold on, I'm googling it. Mike Dooley.
What's it about? What changed you? What changed your life with it?
Is it like
I
a
don't-
science book?
It's not like a sciencey book, but it's kind of just like goes into like the questions of like why are we here, but then it's kind of like life's an illusion kind of thing. So it kind of goes into that.
That would be
Yeah.
deep stuff.
Philosophical.
Yep.
Yeah. You're a deep thinker.
Yep.
She is.
I am.
Yeah. Good. I have to say, there's a lot of books that have changed my life over the years, but most recently, the Brewmaster's Table we've talked about here on this show. I was going down the IPA rabbit hole for years. And I would every time I go into a brewery, what's your IPA on tap? And I would order two or three of the variations of an IPA. And it was getting worse and worse in that, it wasn't a bad thing, but it worse and worse in that all I drank whenever I would go drinking, go to breweries or go out and have a beer was IPAs. And Ken was always so frustrated with me. Oh, Bob's gonna have another IPA. I read that book, Brewmaster's Table, and I haven't ordered an IPA, I don't think, since. It's been over a month. I am so inspired to order other beers because I learned about beer by this book. I learned more about beer than I knew before. I learned about European beers. I learned about the original beer styles, and it blew my mind. And I have discovered in the last few months flavors and textures and styles that I never had before. Some rediscovered ones that I had, but just didn't fall in love with because I didn't know enough about them.
Mm-hmm.
But once you train your palate and you learn more about taste and flavor, things have so much more meaning. And I think that's what happened is I got reintroduced to a lot of great beer, and I'm just having a ball.
Time check. We've got about 20 minutes left.
20 minutes.
15 to 20 minutes.
So that was another
That's good.
Matt question. Let's see. Matt has
There's
great
some really good
questions.
questions.
Yeah.
Wish we had time for all of them.
Yeah, we might. We're going to get to a bunch of them here. We got okay. Is there a book you want to write?
Oh,
Anybody jump at that quick?
I can jump at that
Go.
quick. I had like a creative writing class in high school once. It's gonna be like a short thing, but like it was basically we had to write like for homework like 5-page short stories for homework, and then like there was one story I wrote that was called like The House That Doesn't Exist. So it's basically like mystery and sci-fi.
And you're going to write it into a book someday.
Yep.
I can't
Maybe.
wait. What do you mean maybe? Go. Bold, stout. Porter.
Yep.
Go.
Come on.
Anybody else?
I don't have
If
a
you don't
book
have an
I
answer
wanna
for
write
it, that's fine.
No.
No, you don't have a book?
You
You're not
know,
going to
you
write a
guys
book?
don't write.
You're going to write a book? I'm going to write a book.
Aaron would probably really critique my book if I wrote a book.
Yeah.
So I can write a
Oh
book.
gosh.
I think I don't think I can handle the critique and the edits. I think it would,
Yeah.
even if it was something that I was writing about that I really loved, I feel like by the time I got through the editing process, I wouldn't love it anymore. I would be just so tired of those words and so subconscious about all of it, and reading it over and over and over again, I feel like it would ruin it.
I want to write the Hermit Woods story. I do. I just really want to write the Hermit story and really all the way back to the
When do you
beginning.
write it? It's still going.
Oh, that's why I haven't written it yet. I'm writing it in pieces because all the contributions to the club books, a little pieces, bits and pieces of it here and there. So good. Well, next question. So another Matt question. You're gonna like this. Philosophical. What brings meaning to your life? What brings true meaning to your? I added true meaning to your life. Anybody jump at it?
It's a tough question.
It is. It's a tough question.
I would just say filling my day with tasks that have purpose to them.
Purposeful.
It's a good answer.
Trying to be purposeful.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Anybody else jump at that?
Being the best father I can be.
Aw.
Oh, that's good. And that came right to you too, didn't it? That's awesome. I like that. You got something jump on it in that one? You've seen these questions. You should have some.
Yeah. I think sometimes like cooking actually does, but like sharing food with people or like hosting people and making people happy and welcome and well fed and foods.
That's good. I like you. So you're in a good place because you get to make a lot of people happy every day. I like that.
And then then I go home and do it at home.
It's pretty simple for me. I think it's just it's what I'm doing every day. It's do what you love. So do what you love, be what you love, and do it with everything you got. That's what it seems to be. So some hobby questions. If you were an Olympic athlete, what event would you be competing in? Anyone?
You know, me, it'd be soccer personally.
Soccer.
It wouldn't just be the Olympics. I'd shoot for, the World Cup.
The whole thing, yeah. Whole enchilada. Yeah.
Mine would definitely be like tennis or gymnastics.
Mine would be basketball. I love basketball.
Wow. With those
Wow.
boots?
Not with this height.
It could be something that you like have never done and maybe could never do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it could, right?
Well, I'm not definitely going into the
So-
NBA anytime soon.
You sparked a new answer
Yeah.
for me. I'm gonna do the luge.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I would
just
do
do that.
biathlon. I've shot a gun twice in my life, and I'm capable of like cross country skiing, not fast, but yeah, biathlon. I like the sort of real life application, traditional. Norwegian route.
Yeah. No, I think that's a really cool sport, actually. But I think going down a mountain on a luge course at 80 miles an hour or some ridiculous speed would just be the best.
Maybe we all could get into bobsledding. Is that
I
the
was
one where
gonna
they
say
have a whole
Bobsledding. I'll do that.
I was gonna say
Luge,
bobsledding.
bobsledding, either one.
I would do
Or do you have to
bobsledding.
be the
Yeah.
back to push the thing?
Yeah.
No.
All right. I've got a Matt question. Most artistic endeavor?
I'm currently on it.
Cooking.
Nice.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jumped on that in a hurry.
Currently on
That's
it.
good to hear. Excellent.
Okay. Mine just painting. I do that in my spare time.
What kind of paint?
Acrylic, usually.
You have aspirations to do something more with that, or you just like it as a hobby?
I just do it as a hobby. Yeah.
You show your work to anybody?
I have like an Instagram page where I post all my paintings, but yeah.
What's
But
yours?
not-
Do you want to share?
Yeah. Do you share so we can all
Share?
see? How do we find you?
It's on Instagram. Hold on.
What's your
I don't know.
What's
Yeah.
your call name?
I think I can find it.
I think it's just
Well,
my
she's
initials.
looking it up.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Is it like SM Burke?
Yeah, it's like SMB Creations or something
Yeah,
like
that
that.
sounds right.
Maybe we can post it on the, is that all right?
Yeah, that's it. Thanks.
How about you?
I would have to say, so far in my life, it's probably my girlfriend's trailer and remodeling the interior of that. That was a pretty tough process right there.
And you did a great job, both
Yeah, that
of
was
you
me.
guys, whatever, I don't know what part you played, what part Aaron
She
did.
played a
but
huge part, but I played like a minor role. But it was a really fun time.
That's a beautiful trailer. You guys
It
did a
extended my
great job.
knowledge a lot, so it was a lot of fun.
Hmm.
Yeah.
How about you? Amy? That was your question, wasn't it? Oh, that was one of mine.
I grew up doing a lot of music, so I played French horn and piano and I sang.
That's artistic.
But I was never creative with it. Like I couldn't, even after all my years of piano lessons, I can't just sit down at the piano and play. I have to like follow the notes.
All right, cooking. All right, next question. Let's see. A sports question. Favorite drinking game?
Yeah, I got board game, card game, party game, drinking game, kind of devolved over there.
Yeah. If you don't want to drop the drinking game, go with whatever game's your favorite. We'll combine those two questions.
Oh, my favorite.
Oh, I'll go for the
drinking
drinking
game is
game.
Rage Cage. I don't
Never
even
heard
know
of that
what
one.
that is.
Mine's
Rage. You get
oh,
drunk really
God.
quick.
Someone
Yeah.
was getting low on batteries, you're getting fuzz
Oh, no.
bugs from that.
Which,
Unless it was,
put the headphones on. See if you can tell.
Mine's shot roulette. So
Shot roulette.
yeah, shot roulette.
I don't know that one either.
That's a scary one.
I don't got any drinking games. As far as I got was beer pong. That's what you guys are doing.
There you go. You got a
I think maybe
game.
some of those-
Beer pong, is that yours?
Yeah. We're talking about Rage Cage and shot
I
roulette.
mean,
I'm
beer
just
guy
like-
is pretty fun too, though.
Yeah,
so.
shot roulette.
It's not necessarily a drinking game. So a few summers ago when I was working at a camp up north, a lot of the staff would hang out in the evenings and we started playing this game kind of like this. We called it hot seat. So one person would have to go sit in front of everyone for like 10 minutes and we would just rapid fire questions at them. And it would be this sort of question, but sometimes there would be heavier ones, but most of the time they were really chill, relaxed, easy questions. So we could just rapid fire them. And it was, I don't know, it was a really fun way to like ask quirky questions and get to know people in a new way. That's why like I have a bank of these sorts of questions just in my head. from just
Yeah.
playing that for-
Maybe I'm showing my age or just my social habits, but I don't have a drinking game. I don't know that I've ever really played a drinking game.
Well, Bob, we're gonna have to get you on the train here. Okay?
Next staff.
Are we gonna do an
Next
Olympics?
staff
Can we
meeting.
do an Olympics in this square right here?
And the drinking game Olympics,
Yes.
we're going to start that. Okay.
I'll make some beds and everything for us.
All right, a couple just for funds. We got just a couple more minutes here. Let's see.
I don't-
Yeah, that's what I was just going to
It's not a
do.
question.
That's-
That was a unique one.
Matt's got some great questions. So do you like to get dressed up? And if so, what sort of occasion?
Well, obviously, I do like to get dressed up.
Randy looks sharp.
Yeah, Randy
I like
does.
to do it a lot at work. I try my best, but my dad taught me well. That's all I have to say about that.
Mine is like usually no.
No.
I like to dress for comfort.
Okay.
The only time I get dressed up is if I'm going to concerts or rodeos. That's about it.
Wow.
Rodeo.
Rodeos.
Yeah. So I got
Explains a
Are there a
lot.
lot of rodeos around here?
There's only PBR only comes once a year, twice a year in Maine, Massachusetts. They do sometimes in New Hampshire. So yeah.
Interesting. You get dressed up?
I like to on occasion for like, yeah, things like the club holiday party, I'll probably dress up for
Yeah.
that. I like Christmas sometimes dressing up and going like, to see the Nutcracker ballet.
I have to say, I don't have a need and occasion. I like just once in a while, Gerald and I going out to a nice place to eat and dressing up. Sometimes it's for an occasion, an anniversary or a birthday or something special, or sometimes it's just a cool place and you want to just look your best and feel your best. So I like it, and I will be dressed up. I do. It's the only time you'll probably ever see me in a tie is the Christmas party. I tend to call that a dress up occasion. So you'll see me in a tie for the first time at that. Other than that, I probably don't dress up very often. Comfortable one with you, yeah, comfort. Like to dress for comfort. Now, that was a great Matt question. Thank you. And a couple other Matt questions here. Do you have a tattoo? And if so, what?
I think Randy's got
I don't have any, but yeah, I think Randy
Randy's
has to go
definitely
first.
got to go
I have
first.
a Bart Simpson tattoo.
You have a Bart's?
It's Bart Simpson mooning you. And then I also have a UFO right here on my arm as well.
All right.
Yes.
The only one I got is a segmented pig.
Very appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got ixnay on that one for me.
I have the skyline of the Northern Presidentials on my foot.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it's the view from a lot of the places where I worked and spent the most time working at Burke. And I like, yeah, instead of like being on one of the biggest mountains and looking like side to side at all these different skylines, I like being sort of off to the side, looking at the whole grand thing all at once.
So you and I are the only ones without a tattoo. Are you
Yep.
ever going to get one? Do you ever think maybe? And if so, what would it be?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Bob, how many years?
I don't know.
How many years before you and Chuck and Ken get matching snails?
On your butts.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you know, if I'm ever to get a tattoo, it will probably be a
It'll
snail.
be on there.
I don't
like
know that it will
arm
ever
or
happen,
something.
but that might be the case.
I think it's going to be
someday.
in the booty.
So,
You can get them all drunk enough one night. I bet.
I feel like it's gonna end up on like their wrist or something.
listen, I'm been there and done that, and if it hasn't happened yet, it's probably not going to happen
The
under those
keyword-
circumstances.
Keyword is yes. Bob.
All right, so someplace, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? This is a Matt question as well.
Oh gosh.
Oh, I have-
Quick answers.
Yes, I would love to live in Italy.
Italy.
Personally, yes.
That's a good answer.
I love that place.
I would say
Naples.
Iceland.
Iceland
I've never been there, but like I would just say Iceland.
has an appeal. You like cold,
Yep.
clearly.
Yep.
Probably Louisiana,
Louisiana?
Mhm.
Why Louisiana?
it's
There's
down
something about the
south.
food down there?
because the food's good and it's warm.
He wants to get hit with a hurricane.
So not the cold.
Year.
Listen, can I go to the top where this gets my hurricane?
It's really warm. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Down there in July?
It's fine. At least it's not -20 like in New Hampshire.
Yeah, no, it would be too warm for me. That humidity is too much. You got an answer for that one?
But I agree with both yours. Like I think I can see myself living in Scandinavia or Italy, at least for like a period of time. Maybe not forever.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like the cold.
I'm with you on this one. Geraldine and I, well, it's, certainly living in the States, I've been to every state in the country, and this place here has got to be one of the most beautiful places in the world. And it's diverse. It's got a lot of the you're a short distance from great metropolitan cities, Boston and Portland. You got the mountains just a short trip north. You got the ocean. You got many different diverse states within a day's drive. It's really a cool area to live. However, Geraldine and I spent a month living in France, and that was amazing. And so I don't know that I'd necessarily choose France, but I would like someday to be able to divide my life up in such a way that I could make this my home, but then have a second home experience. And I don't mean by owning a second home. I just mean by spending enough time in another, probably European, but could be elsewhere. I mean, South Africa was amazing. But to be able to go and spend 4 or 6 weeks where you're there long enough to really absorb the culture and experience it in a way that feels like home instead of just a vacationer or a tourist.
Mhm.
So I think that's how I'd answer that. Let's see, we got time for one
maybe
more.
One quick one or one longer one, or maybe if it's a really quick one and another one, maybe, but maybe just one.
Let's see. All right. Just to see. 'Tis the season. Your favorite holiday movie? Let's go
Oh
down.
gosh.
You start.
Muppet Christmas Carol.
I'm gonna say Home Alone.
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Good.
I don't have one. The only thing
What's
that's
your
not.
favorite holiday?
Not into
Is
holidays.
the holidays. Are these holidays not your favorite holidays? That's the alternative question. What's your favorite holiday?
I don't know. I don't watch a lot of movies, so it's hard for me. The only thing that's on at my house is the Hallmark Channel. So
So you watch all of them?
yeah,
Yeah, you watch
Yeah.
all the
Oh, there you
holiday
go.
movies.
I watch bits and pieces of all of them.
Those are different holidays.
I like the the Jimmy Stewart.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life just strikes a
That's
chord.
a good one.
That and it's our neck and neck with the kid with the red gun that is going to shoot his eye out.
Oh,
Christmas Story.
Christmas Story, yeah, that's a good one.
Christmas Story.
That's-
So one is lighthearted, fun,
Yep.
and humorous, and the other one is very emotional and very deep. But both those are I'm torn.
See, I like Muppet Christmas Carol because it is both of those things.
It's both all wrapped up into
Yes.
one special holiday treat.
With good music.
So we are up on an hour. So is there anything that you guys want to share that with anybody out there that we missed in our questions that you want to add before we close? All
I
good?
don't have anything, yeah.
Awesome. Well, this has been fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this experience. I hope
Yep,
you
it was
guys
fun.
enjoyed this experience. It's fun getting to know each other a little bit more here.
Definitely.
And so we're going to do this again. We have a bunch of team members that I hope will agree to come on board with this process, and we can ask some of these questions of some other folks. And so I don't know what we're going to do next week. Of course, I never do.
The calendar implies that maybe next week actually is not happening, at least not on Monday, unless
Oh,
I'm doing it myself.
I'm sorry. Thank you. No, next week is the 13th. And Ken and Chuck and I have a meeting that we have to attend. And so, yes, so this will be the first time actually in probably a year that we will not have an episode. I will post this to make sure that you all know. But yes, next Monday we will not be live. And I'm sorry for that. But tune in 2 weeks. We will be back, and I'll try and put out to the world what we're going to do in that 2-week period. So if you have ideas, please let us know. Send us some thoughts. This came about because of Matt. Matt sent me a post after one of our recent shows. Thought this would be a great way to get to know everybody, and we jumped right on it. So thank you, Matt. Oh, and I do have one coming up on the 24th. I think it's the 24th, Monday, latter part of January. We're going to be at the record store in Laconia, Defiant Records.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Isn't that a
Let's
friend,
go.
relative of yours? I thought someone that you
My boyfriend's best friend's sister
okay.
owns it, yeah.
So,
It's a
long connection there.
shade,
Yeah, well, she agreed. If you haven't heard Defiant
That's
Records in
cool.
downtown Laconia, it's a super cool place.
Yeah,
I've
it is
been
a cool place.
Really fun watching what they're doing. So it's a record shop. It's a place to get a beer or a beverage and some food, and they have live entertainment. So you can shop for a record and drink some beer, and it seems like a really cool vibe. I haven't
It
been there
is.
yet,
Okay, yeah,
but
I've been there a
I
couple
look
times.
forward to learning all
Water
that.
player, I should stop with
You should
You
shop in there.
should. They have
Defiant
so
Records.
many records in there.
So I hope, and we got our holiday, let's see, we have our club party coming up. I hope to see as many of you as possible at our club party. And that brings us to an end. So thank you, everybody. And we look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks, 2 Mondays. Have a great couple weeks.
Yeah. Bye, all.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Cheers.
Oh, you guys.